Hello, hello, hello. What ho? Welcome back to another exciting adventure of Piensamientos de Viejo. Soy Travieso Viejo. ¿Cómo estás, mi hermanas y hermanos? All right. So this is going to be my deep thoughts right now as I'm sitting at the base of a massive I don't know what kind of a tree this is. It looks like it has oak qualities. So I'm looking around to see if there's any acorns. This might be an oak tree, but I don't know. Those are oak trees over here, but this has a different bark to it and a different element to it. See how its roots are? There's another one right there. Like, that's the kind of tree that I'm sitting at right now. Hello, Cardinal. I hope you all are able to maybe take a moment out for yourselves right now, like I am. Have a moment of zen, take your shoes off, get grounded. Like I said, I am sitting at the base of this magnificent... Everybody was holding their breath, right? What was I thinking about before that made me want to come on here and wax eloquent? I was thinking about spirituality and thinking about where I am right now and thinking about where I'm going and everything that I've been saying out loud to you for accountability. You know, it's like if I say it, then I have to do it. Otherwise, you know that I didn't do it. But if I don't say it and I don't do it, then nobody knows that I did. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to motivate myself by saying what I am intending to do, thereby almost forcing myself not to fail, right? Because I don't want people to go, there's Travis again. He said he was going to do this and he never did it, right? So I'm trying to wade through those things in terms of, you know, you're seeing this mapped out in real time. Like, you have this person who's making these decisions of his future in real time. And this is not where my head was a moment ago as I was thinking about things, and so that's completely gone. And you know me, you know, I have if I don't jump on that thread right away, it's going to be gone. So I might be able to talk myself back into where I was at just a minute ago, because I'm sitting here grounding. I'm thinking about being in tune. I'm thinking about being united and connected, and, you know, having this, I don't know, I wish I could get back what I was thinking just a few minutes ago. Maybe I don't know, stand up and walk around a little bit. So right now, you know, I have the freedom to do this, you know. I just parked my car and got out. And like a lot of you are stuck in a job that you don't like, that you hate possibly, or that you're tolerating. You know, you can't just say, hey, I'm going to go out for a walk for a half an hour or so, you know. So I'm blessed and I'm thankful for that. And I'm glad that I made the decision that I made, you know, last year to do this. But, this is what I was thinking. I think this is at least a previous thought. I'm absolutely sure. That is that I'm in a situation. Yes, this is the thought that I was thinking. I'm now in a situation where I have to trust in my intuition, because my intuition is compelling me forward into a future without enough in the reserve, if you understand what I mean. You know, I don't have I don't have any savings, really. Ultimately, I don't have any. I'm surviving and paying bills, but I have an inordinate amount of time. So I could have savings if in the past year, instead of just doing Uber, right? Because I was doing Uber from 6 a.m. until noon. So that's only 6 hours. What'd you do with the rest of your day? Whatever the fuck I wanted, right? I'm free. Like, I did my slave labor for 6 hours. However, I could have gotten a second job, right? And slaved away at that job too for a year. And then how much money would I have right now? I mean, that's one way of looking at it, but I didn't go that way. But if I had been in this position last year at this time, because last year at this time I had just quit trucking and I had just started up Uber, but I had a cushion in the bank. You know, if things went south with Uber, I didn't have to worry about things for, a good, safe time. But if I were in my mental and spiritual state last year as I am now, I would have less nervousness, less hesitancy to take this step of faith to drive back across country to go to California again. Because I would have the comfort of security that if the car breaks down or, if I don't have enough money for the first couple of months or whatever, I'm still okay. I'm not in that position right now. I'm in the position of, this is oh Lord, if you don't feed me, I'm going to starve to death. That's the way it's going to go, in a short amount of time. And that's where some of my thought was last week as I was thinking about this. It's the Beatitudes of Jesus in the 5th chapter of Matthew's Gospel. Consider the lilies. They neither toil nor spin, and yet your heavenly Father clothes them, right? Clothes them. Consider the birds of the air, right? They don't worry about today. They don't worry about tomorrow. Your heavenly Father feeds the sparrows. How much more worthy are you than a lily pad or a sparrow, a cardinal or an oak tree, right? So then I have all that I need. And whatever I need in the future, I will have. So guess what I can do? I can move into the future and not be afraid, because all things will be added unto me, because I am living righteously before other people. This is just simply the principle of karma. And part of the principle of karma is, I guess in a sense, not being attached to security. Because when you're attached to something, you have a fiber optic connection that, when severed, can be damaging depending on how strong that connection is, if you understand what I mean. The Hindu or the Buddhist has no attachments. That is, when someone dies, he doesn't cry. He doesn't regret. He has no attachments. Nothing affects him. He is Spock. Everything is clinical. He's able to see everything with clarity. But at the same time, you and I, unless we should be at that level of being a master Jedi, you can't get away from being human in a world, in a philosophical and spiritual world. You can't completely make yourself an automaton with no emotions, no spirit. That's impossible. You're a human being. Okay? And so the thing that I was thinking about was so then you also listen to other channels that are success channels and influencer channels and rewrite your history, rewrite yourself, rewrite your future. One of the main things that those guys go back to is if you are safe, if you are comfortable, you're not going to grow, right? So then that's what I have to do right now. I'm comfortable right now driving Uber. So then leaving that and starting over again is scary, right? The future that I desire is in a really, 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 really dark, deep cavern, and I don't have a flashlight and a knapsack. I've just got to go in there and believe that I'm going to come across edibles or edible food and water, and hopefully on the other side, a new paradiso, right? A new paradise. But I'm at the point right now in this discussion. That was the other thing I was thinking. That tree could be a poplar. It could be a poplar tree because that little guy right there. I don't know what it's called, but it's from a poplar tree. So pretty sure. I was going to say that earlier, but I chickened out because I didn't have enough information. Because I didn't see any of those prickly balls. All right, so there's like one person watching right now. So thanks so much for watching. If you've made it this far listening to the sultry sound of my voice, could you please hit that Fonzarelli for me? Could you also please jump into the chat real quick and say hi to me so I can see who you are? Maybe you're a Smurf in my army already. If you're not a Smurf in my army already, then maybe hang around a little bit longer and see if you like what you see, but you're still here. Well, now there's 3 Smurfs watching. Okay, so right now I see 0 likes on my screen. That means I know people have already come and gone on this show, but now there's 3 of you in there. Please, please, for the love of Shiva, please hit that like. Jump into this comment section, say hello. Hey, what's going on? True Earth Whisperer. There you go. Appreciate that. Could you please hit that like, that Fonzarelli, and then share this content? So yeah, I'm going to head back to the car right now. I wanted to just walk in bare feet. It's the bare necessities, the kind that give a bear at ease. Something, I don't know. Forget about your worries and your strife. Amen. Da-da-da-da. Anyway, so the ground is very chill and wet with dew. It's an unfortunately chemtrailed sky day, but the moon, I checked my app, and the moon wasn't above the horizon enough yet. It's still, which means it's pretty far back in the sky. So I'm thinking that midday, 2 o'clock maybe. So I should try from 12 to 2 repeatedly to look up into the sky to see if the moon is visible. But if it's covered over with this chem shit, then I'm not going to be able to make these kinds of observations, which is another thing that's frustrating. But all right, it is what it is. It was what it was. It'll be what it will be. You know that in this life you have 2 things. You have bubblegum and you have the ability to bring life. If you run out of the supply of bubblegum, you always have the ability to bring life. So make this your mantra. I have come here to bring life and chew bubblegum, but I'm all out of bubblegum. I have been your host, Travis Finley, on this exciting adventure of Piensamientos de Viejo. Adios, mi hermanas y hermanos. Hasta Luigi.